Okay, welcome back to Dungarvan College. As we said earlier, a free event organised by Dungarvan College, Dungarvan Chamber, supported by Dungarvan Credit Union. Degrees, apprenticeships, literacy, employment, back to education. Many universities from many different parts of the country here. The college offers 28 different post-leaving cert courses, and also the college is only 40 minutes drive from Waterford, Tramore, Clonmel. Dungarvan Credit Union heavily involved in today's event as well. Joining me now is Owen Young. Good morning, Owen.
Hi, Damien. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Owen, tell me a little bit about yourself. You work for the credit union at present. Tell me about your pathway to education.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I suppose for the day that's in it, the Career Expo, that's exactly what it was. I started off in CIT, doing my undergrad in agriculture. Heavily involved with agricultural business and that sort of thing. So from there I moved on to my master's, which I did in marketing practices, and that was also in Cork Institute of Technology. And from there I did a 9-month internship, and I was very, very lucky to get it in Dungarvan Credit Union. And since then I've been working very closely with Orla in the marketing department here. So it's been somewhere where I suppose I didn't 100% see myself if you asked me 5 years ago, but certainly something that I'm very, very glad ended the way it did. But it just goes to show how important careers are here, and these kind of events are great for students there who are planning their next step.
Orla Dawson, when you see somebody like Owen walking in the door, you kind of have to get an expectation or a knowledge of how somebody's going to work with you.
Yeah, I suppose the internship is that he's there to learn from me, but actually I learned a huge amount from Owen, and I think that kind of mentoring idea is really effective. He's coming in with fresh ideas, youth, enthusiasm, energy, which I was probably lacking a bit of right at my age. But anyway, Owen has come in and he was doing a 9-month master's in marketing with us. And he was absolutely excellent. That we've kind of kept him on at the minute. Well, he just keeps turning up, actually. But we kept him on because he has great talent. We launched our Acre Agri loans, and he had the agri background, the degree there, and he had worked in Chagas as well. So he was able to bring a lot more knowledge to a product that I would have had. And then we worked on that together, and we launched all that. But it's brilliant opportunities for kids to be able to come in to do this.
And that's a good example that you have to have expertise in what you're talking about. So you can't fool farmers, for example. You need to be able to go in, you need to get somebody that's able to have a knowledge of it, go in and talk. And as we were speaking about the other day, the one-to-one, talking to them face-to-face, having private chats, discussing exactly what's there.
Yep.
And that's what you do really well in the credit union.
Absolutely. It's one of the many benefits that we have here, and something that we take great pride in is our member service. The face-to-face interaction that we have, that I think is unmatched between a number of the other financial institutions. I think we're unmatched in it. It's something that we take great pride in, and something that we always place great emphasis on when we're planning new things and trying to improve our customer service and our member service, as we call it. It's all about the members.
There's a new employee, Sinead Walsh, she just started. She's a mature student. She's a perfect example of how a career expo like today, Orla, can help somebody, I suppose, guide them in the right direction.
Yeah, Sinead just recently started working with us. She works on as a counter teller. An excellent lady, local girl here from Dungarvan. So she went back to education here in Dungarvan College. She actually did 3 years here, and one of them was the accounting technician. And then she went on to WIT and got her business degree and accountancy degree from there. And again, Sinead was late back to college as a mature student, and she is excelling in her work, and she is an excellent, and she's the epitome of what this place is actually all about. How you come in, I don't know, I didn't know Sinead up until about 2 months ago, so I don't know what her life was like before, but she has come back and she's proved herself, and all credit to Dungarvan College to be able to offer these facilities and services locally.
Own some of the services that you do offer. There's apps, there's online loan applications, the AGM booklet. There's an awful lot.
Absolutely. Just like any other institution, I suppose there may be the perception that we're with the older time as such. That's certainly not the case. We have an online banking service, along with that a mobile app that works exactly the same as it would in a bank. We have our AGM booklets that we now are able to send through email. So we're always moving with the times as well, which is very important. We have an awful lot going on with our online applications, our online loan applications. You can drop in documents. You can check your balance 24/7. You transfer funds in and out of your accounts and also out of house to your bank and vice versa. So we've an awful lot going on, and I think it's a testament to the times as well that we're moving with as well, where we're always keeping up with it. So
do you enjoy it?
Absolutely, I love it. It's a great challenge as well, and I think that's something that you should really have if you're going into work in the morning is to have a challenge, and you're always looking for new ideas, trying to drive this forward, and it's very important to move with the times. So
Orla, do you enjoy it?
Oh God, I do, absolutely. After leaving WLR, it was a difficult time for me to move, I suppose, but I absolutely love the credit union. I love the ethos. I love the people there. I love the members. The people locally in Dungarvan here, like I'm not from here, but my family would originate from here. I'm probably 8 or 9 years up here between WLR and the credit union, and I absolutely love it here. The people are lovely, very welcoming, very friendly, very kind. A lot of my cousins around here, meeting a few students here who are related to me. So you always meet a cousin somewhere. But no, it's great, and we're very lucky to have Owen, and we're very lucky to have the staff that we have in the credit union. All the staff are absolutely brilliant, and I'll even give a nice mention to Sean Cleary, the CEO. He's a great guy to work for.
Orla Dawson and Owen Young, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Continued success to everybody in the credit union, and anybody any information, just drop into the credit union. Go online as well. Student loans, mature students heading back to education, help to manage expensive fees, books, accommodation, the online loan calculator.
Yep.
Continued success, folks.
Thank you.
We are back with more career guidance just after this. Okay, welcome back to Dungarvan College. You can stop texting in now about our Panto competition. We have a winner. We'll announce it in a few minutes. The answer was Hercules. Hercules was the movie. Have you seen Hercules, ladies? No?
No.
No. You're going to the Panto. Do you like the El Panto?
Love the Panto.
Love the Panto. And the winner is Ellie Louise Corbett from Cushalva Shandon in Dungarvan. Ellie Louise Corbett from Shandon in Dungarvan. Do you know her, no?
No.
Oh, you look like you know her there.
I thought she'd be around here.
We're waiting for our tickets.
We're here at this massive free event. It's a college expo at Dungarvan College. Want to say hello to all the pupils from the Friary, from the Mercy, from St Declan's, from Manscullen on Rhine, and from Blackwater. Hundreds upon hundreds of students here this morning, looking at all different types of careers, talking to the army lads. They're going to come over now and abseil from the roof. We've got the guards here. We've got lots of different colleges. We have many businesses here as well. We're going to be talking to 3 career guidance teachers here, very, very importantly as well. This is all part of the WWETB, that's the Waterford Wexford Education Training Board. We've got Aoife Walsh. Hello Aoife, how's it going?
Hiya Damien.
Aileen O'Connor, how's it going Aileen?
Good, thank you.
From VTOS, and we've got Aisling Cusack, Guidance Counsellor. Hi Aisling.
Hi, how are you?
The 3 A's. Aoife, we'll start with yourself. Adult literacy. What aspect and what sort of expertise do you work in?
Okay, so we work with people who might have left school before a junior cert or left school prematurely but are looking to come back to education. So we're offering a starting point. It might be basic literacy skills, reading, writing, support with computers, getting off the ground with emails, smartphones, cooking, horticulture, any of the main aspects to get you back into education. So literacy and language is our area. So we're also offering English language provision in West Waterford. So from Dungarvan, Cappoquin, Tallow, all areas of West Waterford.
I presume you get a wide variety of people. Some people that are real enthusiastic, that might have a history of education, and others that have never done anything. They may be really nervous and they mightn't even read that well. They mightn't be able to read well.
The hardest part, I think, for anybody is to walk through our doors. So once you walk through that door, you've made the first step, and it's always onwards and upwards from there. So you come in, you meet our tutors, they're fantastic, then they support you all the way along. So it's just to come in, find out what's available. A lot of people aren't aware what is available. Like, we offer support in all aspects. So it could be helping to learn to read and write, support your kids with homework. We offer courses in the primary schools in Dungarvan. We do supporting kids learning to read, shared reading programs with parents. So it's all supporting people all the way through.
Aileen O'Connor, VTOS, Level 5 courses. Tell us about what you do.
We offer courses for people who are unemployed. So once you're on any social welfare payment, signing for credits, or got redundancy from work, you can join VTOS. We'd be a stepping programme from literacy onto BTI and onto us then in VTOS, and you do your Level 4 in first year, a Level 5 in second year. We offer courses in the area of business and arts. As I said, anyone that's on social welfare, they keep their entitlements while on the course. They get a small meal and travel allowance also to attend the course.
I presume over the last 10 years, particularly with say 5 years ago, you would have been very, very busy. You're still busy.
Well, with the upturn in the economy, our numbers have dropped, there's no doubt, and it's great to see people all back working.
Yes.
But there is places available, and we'd love to see you coming in the door. The first step is the hardest step, coming in the door. But once you're in, as I said, our teachers, they're brilliant. They'll encourage you all the way. It's a brilliant course. Anybody that has done it will highly recommend it. And as I said, come in. Don't be scared. The hardest thing is to come in the door.
It must be great satisfaction to see somebody getting back into the workforce that you have helped.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of our students after VITAS, they love the education so much, will go on. They may go on here to Dungarvan College, do a level 6 here, or even go further, WIT, CIT, etc.
Aisling Cusack, Aisling without the H, career guidance counsellor. Where do you teach? Are you here in the college?
Well, I'm based in the, people would know the old technical building in Dungarvan. So what we do is we're County Waterford Education Guidance Service. So there's basically me, I'm the information officer there, and there's a guidance counsellor there. So we're actually a free service, and we provide educational guidance to adults, anybody over 18. So we provide information on courses, on funding available, all those things like that. And again, people probably don't know we exist. We cover County Waterford, so we go as far as Tramore, and we go as far as Cappoquin. So we can meet people in Tramore and Cappoquin. We also we work with the WWETB, so we also have Waterford City have their own service as well. So they cover the city area, and they would have a guidance counsellor and information officer there.
Anybody listening to this at present that is thinking, right, I want to do something, I want to reskill, or I want to upskill, or I want to get back into education or do something. What's your first port of call for them? What do you say to them first?
Well, I suppose we're client-based. So basically we kind of talk to them about what they want, really. So a lot of people, like as the lady said here, they're quite nervous coming in. It could be, there's all walks of life, all different age groups come into us. So it could be somebody that has been made redundant. And if a lot of people now, I suppose retirement age has increased. So therefore people who might be made redundant from a job, the same job for 25 or 30 years, and they come in and they think about upskilling and reskilling. And so we kind of just sit down with them and ask them the areas of interest that they're interested in, and we'll maybe go through, the guidance counsellor might go to career inventory test with them just to pick out their interest, and then we see what kind of types of courses are available. So they could decide to go full-time in VITAS, they could go back to education, there's loads, or they might want to start at the beginning with the literacy service. So as I said, we're client-based, so we fit them around what the client needs.
Has work changed? Has what you've been telling your clients and telling people coming in over the last 10 years, has it changed?
I suppose with technology must come change. I suppose before everything was paper-based, and if you did struggle, you could cope. Whereas now we're moving into all the technologies, it needs to be brought in, and people are aware that we're moving forwards. So we must all upskill, we must all continue to develop our own skills, and I suppose we're the starting point. So we start off in literacy and support all the key skills, basic skills, and they'll move on then.
Thanks, Aoife. Aileen, that could be very daunting for some people. Even getting a smartphone and using the phone and all the technology goes with it, and you've got a 5-year-old grandchild who's able to work these phones, and you're thinking, and it can make you feel really, really small.
Yes, I agree completely. Often students, when they come in and you get them turn on the computer and they'll go, oh, but I'll break it. And I'm just saying the whole time, you can't break it. It won't break. Don't be worried. Don't be frightened by it. And that is a big challenge because technology has moved on. And if you are working with 30 years in a job and you may not have been using a computer and whatever, and everything now is computer based. Even if you're working in a warehouse now, you still have to log things into a computer. Everything is based on a computer. So yeah, it is daunting. But as I say, you can't break them. Hopefully.
Can't break them, yeah. I was watching Zoolander the other night for the first time, and they threw the computer down and they were trying to break that.
That's the only way.
Files in the computer, yeah. But it is, when we talk about Aisling, we talk about people and that nervousness, and they become insular. And then, I was talking to some lads in the men's sheds yesterday, and going to the men's sheds, for example, that's a lovely way of them getting out there. And from that, somebody might say to somebody, listen, go and do this course. So there can be ways of getting involved and back into education, which may not be involved going straight through your door. Talk to people.
Yeah, absolutely. Word of mouth is the best. It's the best, any course, it's the best advice to give somebody. I mean, we have people coming into us and we can hand out dozens of leaflets and do all, but where'd you hear it? Oh, somebody told me you're good, or somebody told me. So it is, and that's what people, it hasn't changed in 10, 20, 100 years. The word of mouth is your best vouch for any sort of, organisation or agency it is. So I suppose the men's shed are behind us, as you said, kind of, and there's also the women's shed as well there. So we would kind of, go out into the community as part of our service. So we might go to the library or different things like that. And again, as I said, it's just knowing that we exist. So some people don't know we're there. And as I said, our service is a free service. And a lot of times people don't know what door to open. And we're there to help them to decide, which door am I going to open.
Aoife, is there many men and women out there that still can't read or write?
I suppose it's surprising, Damien. At the moment, it's because a lot of people would have got through life without those skills. They might have left school early, had families and just went out to work. But it's when their own kids have grown up and you might have grandkids or you're helping out with looking after kids, you realise your skills aren't what you thought they are. So it's when you're faced with homework or you're faced with paperwork or that you realise there might be a weakness there. And anyone who comes in, and it's to ask for the help. And we're more than happy to help anyone that comes to us.
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Absolutely
nothing
not.
Nothing to be embarrassed about. I've done pieces with people that haven't been able to read or write. They're going back in. And the fear that's there, but just as you say, that taking that first step.
That's it.
And asking that first question.
That's it. And we totally admire anyone who takes that step. But it's that person who comes through the door will be our greatest advocate. Because they'll go out and they'll say, look, I had a problem. But I can show you, look what I'm doing. I started off reading and writing. I'm inside doing a level 3 horticulture. And I'm moving on. I could be going to BTI, VITAS, but they're continuing their education. They've come back and they're progressing and they're making that progress for themselves and for those around them.
With VITAS, do you change your type of courses and how you approach people then as the economy changes?
Yeah, to our best of abilities we do. The last few years we've put on tourism with business because of the Greenway and kind of hope that there will be some jobs out of the tourism course. So yeah, we do our best. Within limited of our teaching staff, unfortunately there is some curtails. We have to hold on to the staff we have, but our staff are very flexible and will do their best to try and change a course is in the area.
Okay, so anybody listening to this that wants to get back involved in education, no matter what age, no matter what ability, where do they start? Where do they go?
Well, they can come to us in Dungarvan, or as I said, we do.
Do they pick up the phone?
They can pick up the phone. Yeah,
we
have a Facebook page, County Waterford Adult Education Guidance Service.
County Waterford
Adult Education Guidance Service.
On
Facebook. And we also have a Twitter page. You can also pop into the Dungarvan Adult Education Centre, as I said, the old tech building there. Also, you can contact us on 058 42882 and give us a ring so we can come meet you in Cappoquin.
Listen, Aoife Walsh, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Continued luck and good luck with the farming.
We'll still struggle.
What's the husband's name?
Eddie.
Hello, Eddie. Special hello to Eddie. Aileen, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
You.
Aileen O'Connor and Aisling Cusack, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Damien.
We are back with a lot more and issues that businesses and also past pupils that are involved with Dungarvan College. Now, welcome back to Dungarvan College. This is a free event coordinated by the College, Dungarvan Chamber, supported by Dungarvan Credit Union. Hundreds upon hundreds of pupils here this morning. As I said, pupils here from the Friary, the Mercy, St Declan's on Rhine, Blackwater, all different schools and colleges across Waterford and the South East. Joining me now is Greg Connaughty, Works Manager at Radley Engineering. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning.
And we also have Edmund Connolly. Good morning, Edmund.
Morning, Damien.
Regional Skills Forum Manager at South East Partnership and Skills. Greg, tell me a little bit about yourself first, please.
Yeah, I'm the manager of Radley Engineering. I've been with them almost 40 years. Been involved in all the engineering projects that they've done over the last number of years, including the Spire in Dublin. And that's led us to bring on a lot of apprentices over the years. We have a major apprentice program going.
How many people do you employ in Radley Engineering at present?
In and around 400 people. 400?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And would you have the majority of those in the area, or?
No, they'd be in Cork, Dublin, Carlow, Limerick. We were spread around, but in the factory there'd be about 150 people at all the time.
That's superb.
Yeah.
I'll come to Edmund in a second. How's the Spire going? How's the cleaning going?
It's still there, and it looks well, and it's a testament to the company and the lads that were involved in the construction of it. a lot of sleepless nights, but yeah, we got it there and it's up there.
I remember doing a piece at the time for RTE on it, and the idea then of cleaning it, and how often does it have to be cleaned again? I know there's a self-cleaning kind of mechanism, but in terms of getting up there and doing work, help develop specific apprenticeships or specific courses that may help apprentice, and then obviously I'd say retraining your staff and getting them back out. Yeah. How does that work for you?
Yeah, well, we find to get people from Edmund, they've reached a certain level of training, and it helps us then to develop them further. We have 3 different types of apprenticeships in the company at the moment: metal fabricators, pipe fitters, and mechanical fitters. Now, and it's important that when they come to us, they're at a certain level that they can sort of start into the job fairly quickly, and then we can take them the rest of the way and build on the skills that they've learnt before they come to us.
And do you find some of the apprentices, again, they may start off in one particular section, but they might find, I might be better at that, or you're working with them with your experience and your expertise?
Yeah, generally we give them 3 months probation before we commit them to a trade. So it gives them a chance to look when they're on the shop floor, and it gives them a chance to see the type of work that's been done on the floor. And some of them will come to me and say, yeah, I'd like to be a fabricator, or I'd like to be a fitter, and we'll guide them in that direction. We don't tell them, yeah, you're going to be a craftsman doing fitting all the time. We make the choice theirs.
The key word there for me, Edmund, is guiding. It has to be as Greg says, a holistic approach. We talk about the students, a student-centred approach. Obviously the company has certain demands. There's no point trying to put somebody into a particular role if he or she's not going to be suited.
Absolutely, and I think it's very important for people to play to their strengths. And I suppose part of my role is to provide the information so that people make informed decisions about where the career opportunities are and what are the skills that are required in those disciplines. So, for example, there last month I organised a careers showcase for guidance counsellors in Kilkenny, and we invited the guidance counsellors from all over the region and got industry to showcase the jobs they have so that there's accurate information feeding back to the learner.
Greg, are you still enjoying the work?
Always, yeah. It's been a great experience. Every day you go into the job, it's different. We're doing different projects. We're working in pharmaceutical companies. We're working in biotechnology. We're working in the oil industry. We're all over the world. We export to the States, Singapore. We have a lot of work on for Merck Sharp and Dome in Singapore at the moment. We do a lot of work for GSK. They're local companies, but we work all over the world for them in their different plants. Yeah. It's
an amazing success story, Edmund, isn't it?
Yeah, what I'd like to say, based on my experience out across the southeast, there are huge opportunities with all sorts of companies, the likes of Radley's, but engineering, science, there's pharma companies, we've Eurofins, GSK and Pinewood here today, ICT, you have TQS, Sun Life and Waterford, Nearfarm, the list goes on. Agri-food, we're second to none, you've Glanbia, Flavans, Dawn Group. Construction, a lot of engineering skills required in construction, hospitality and financial services. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. And actually, on the 10th of December, I'm hosting a workshop for companies in the Greenway Manor Hotel with the Chartered Institute of Professional Development to explain about the skills and training opportunities. So people are welcome to come along, and it's on Eventbrite.
10th of December?
10th of December in the Greenway Manor Hotel.
How do they get in touch?
So what they do is just search CIPD on Eventbrite, and the event will come up and you can register.
Very briefly, Greg, Brexit, how are you looking?
Confused like everyone else until it actually happens. We just have to wait and see. It won't affect our business as such, because all our materials are brought in from Europe. So, yeah.
Continued success. It's a pleasure meeting after all these years. It really is. I mean that genuinely.
Thank you very much.
Greg Connaughty, Works Manager of Radley Engineering, and Edmund Connolly, Regional Skills Forum Manager of South East. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you, Damien. And we will talk to you again. We're talking to some mature students with their stories now in a few seconds. Now, welcome back to Dungarvan College. This is a free event. It's going on from now until 4 o'clock today. Marvellous Careers Expo in Dungarvan. Anne-Marie is here blessing herself beside me. Anne-Marie, are we seeing an apparition or something, no?
No, just saying a quick prayer here.
I'll say it with you, don't worry, I'll say it with you. Listen, it's brilliant to have you, Anne-Marie Daly. Thanks very much for joining us. We've got Hayden Sims as well, we've got Nathan Burke. Hayden and Nathan. Nathan, you did the design on this.
I did the
it's lovely. This is the
design for the Careers Expo this last year and this year, yeah.
And one of the little features is the dandelion, the seeds.
Yes,
explain the concept.
The concept behind the design for the expo. Well, Jason came to me. He said he had an idea of what he wanted to do, and he wanted to bring something to Dungarvan College that would make people talk about Dungarvan College. So we were looking at an image that would suck you in straight away, that would catch your eye from a distance. So we were thinking, how can you tie in student and how can you tie in Dungarvan College? So basically what I came up with was that Dungarvan College is representative of the wind and the student is representative of the seed, the dandelion seed. So the wind guides the seed, and without the wind, the seed will never go anywhere. So that was really the concept behind the design, and it's successful so far. Yeah, it's very good.
Anne-Marie, it sounds good, doesn't it? You're getting all poetic there now. I'm going, my eyes are welling up there now. I'm getting excited. Anyway, who kicked the balls up into the roof? You have to get those. That wasn't you there last year, was it?
No,
a few years ago. No. Anne-Marie Daly, tell us. Your story is amazing. You were told that effectively you weren't smart enough for nursing. Is that it?
Well, no, basically, I think what happened was I was one of the children being like yourselves that was told to get a job or get going. So I went to the UK at the time. Came back, we had our family. I was lucky enough to stay at home with them to raise them. So I'd been many years out of the workforce, no leaving cert, no qualifications of any kind. So when my baby started school, I basically said, okay, it's time for me to get back into the workforce, and I was incredibly lucky to get a job in the local nursing home. Right about the time that HICWA came into being, and with it the need for a qualification in FETAC for care assistants. So I said I better do something about this and get myself a qualification. So literally mooching around on the internet one afternoon about 2:30, 3 o'clock, picked up the phone, found Mary Upton's number at the WWETV, gave her a quick buzz, and within 5 hours I was sitting in a classroom for the first time in 20 years. And that one phone call took me from doing the 2-year part-time course with the WWETV. It led me on here to do the pre-nursing, the PLC course in Dungarvan College, which I have to say was outstanding. And from that I got straight into WIT to do my nursing, and at the moment I'm nursing in UHW and doing my postgrad in the RCSI in Dublin.
That's phenomenal.
It's just the support that's out there for mature students is amazing. Nobody ever said you can't, we won't, or stop. They all said, come on, we'll do it, we'll go, let's go, what can we do to help? All the way.
Life-changing?
Totally life-changing, utterly. I often think, where would I be now if I didn't pick up the phone that day? One phone call.
And how do you feel?
Amazing. Absolutely. That's why when I was asked to come here today and talk about it, any time that the college asks me to do something like this, I will jump in and support them all the way. Because for mature students, it's such a life-changing experience, and they're so supportive, and they will get you where you want to be.
Hayden Sims, that's a lovely story, isn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Fabulous story. Tell me, you have a really good story as well. Tell me about your story.
Well, I did my leaving cert back in 2011, and after that I did a couple of courses, PLC courses here. I actually did the pre-nursing as well, my first one. And I did a couple more after that, and I worked a couple of jobs until eventually I heard about the pharmaceutical manufacturing operations course put on here. And it was their first year putting it on, and I, of course, being from Dungarvan, I knew about GSK. So I said, there, I'll go for that. It'd be great to try and get a job in there. So I had done a few courses here before, so I was actually lucky that Rosemary gave me the chance to do another one. And from there I did the course. I worked in GSK for a year afterwards, then did work experience and stuff. So I was on the lines for a year while I was in WIT doing the certificate in pharmaceutical technology course part-time before or after my shifts. And after a year then, the quality apprenticeship came up in GSK, so I thought it'd be great. I'll put my science course to use. So I applied for that. I got the apprenticeship, and that's where I am now in WIT twice a week while working in the lab in OTC.
Do you find it difficult to balance?
No, it's great. As you were saying earlier, supports are great from the college and GSK. It's fantastic.
Nathan, you were talking about the graphic design. You're now running your own business.
Yeah, that's correct.
Fabulous.
I'll be 3 years self-employed in January. I started back, I was 10 years in construction. I was an electrician for 6, and I was a fitter for 4 years. And during the crash, that time, the work was becoming hard to find. There was I was constantly searching and only getting short little contracts of 3 months, 6 months, and I didn't see it sustaining in the long term. So I decided I'll give something a go. I have a keen interest in sport. So I said I look at it, and I went in and I talked to Jason Ryan, and Jason spoke to me about it, and he gave me good information, and he said, give it a go and see how you get on. So I did the sports exercise and coaching for the year, and I got Student of the Year in that. So I said I'm prepared now that I can go back and I can actually face into student life. So I took the chance, and I got offered 2 courses in WIT. I got offered sports and nutrition, and I got offered graphic design. Now, I didn't really have an idea what graphic design was at the time, so I was actually design visual communication, so I was nearly blind going in doing it, because I decided, I did my research after and for me, I didn't see much. It was more voluntary work on the other side, so I said I'll go with this and I'll give it a go and I'll see how I get on.
And you're happy so far?
Yeah, I'm happy so far. Yeah,
What's the sport? What sport are you interested in?
Soccer, rugby,
everything.
GAA, everything. Yeah.
When I talk to this man here beside you, Dylan Murphy has just joined us. You're only 20, Dylan, are you?
Yeah, 20 years of age. Yeah.
A whippersnapper. Tell us about you've got an army uniform on, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I attended a secondary school here. At the time it was called Clash Naval there. I joined the army at 18. I finished school at 17. I was working on construction there for a while and for just over a year. And then I applied for the army at 18 when I got the chance. And I was sent to Galway then to train for 6 months. I'm currently in the army now nearly 2 years. 2 years in April.
How is it?
It's good. It's going good. Yeah, no fear. Yeah, it's good.
Why did you want to go to the army, or what made you? Was it just some sort of feeling that this might be for you, or what was it?
Oh no, it's something that I always wanted to do since I was very young. You know, I had family in the army and all that, and grandparents in the army and stuff like that. So it's something I wanted to do since I was a young fella.
And another thing that the Defence Forces does, and they also train people in different skills as you go along.
Yeah, exactly. You get trained in apprenticeships, you get trained to be a truck driver, all that type of stuff. You could become an Air Corps pilot and all that, Navy service, and you get a load of qualifications. You redo your leaving cert, go off do college courses, in which the army actually paid for, So it's great like that, yeah.
Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? What area would you like to specialise in, maybe?
I'm hoping myself to get an apprenticeship in the army. Go get electrician or carpentry or something like that, So something that if I ever do retire, I'll have something to back me, and hopefully go overseas as well soon now.
Hayden, would you like to join the army yourself? No?
No, I don't think that'll be for me now. More of a nerd in the lab, I'd say.
It's a very specific thing to do, and I just don't know if I'd be able to do it. I don't know. It's tough, is it?
It's tough. The toughest part is actually not seeing family. Yeah. That is the toughest part. Especially I train in Galway now, so a good bit away from Dungarvan,
But your comrades become your family.
Exactly, you make friends for life in the army. You'll be with lads constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nearly, And so basically, you become brothers, you become sisters, whatever. You have women training in the army as well, and you get to know each other inside out, families, children, who's married, who's not married, and all that type of stuff, yeah.
Fitness comes into it in a big way. Nathan, you can imagine learning from the type of thing that does there, and ye also working with them and different things. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, fitness levels for the army, they are superior to we did a level 5 fitness, and it is tough going. And I have a lot of friends in the army too that, it's a testament to their character that they can do what they do. It's very well done.
Nathan, thanks very much. Dylan, thank you very much. Anne-Marie, briefly, what would you say to somebody that's out there that hasn't made that one phone call, hasn't made that one thing, and is just, we spoke to some career guidance teachers earlier, what would you say to them?
Do it. Every time, just do it. Whether you're afraid of the academic side of things, there's loads of support along the way, and you'll find very much with mature students, we'll all help each other along. Always. We're all in the same boat, and there's never a daft question, ever. Financially, there's always loads of supports out there as well. I went to WIT, the Students' Union there were outstanding. There's so many supports, no matter what way you look at it. Childcare, everything is out there. Try it, give it a go, do the PLC, see how you get on.
And the stories that you say, Hayden, about going back into college as well, the supports are all there as well.
Oh yeah, always. Everyone's always going above and beyond to help you out every step of the way.
Dungarvan College, you can't speak highly enough of it.
No, I can't, of course.
Anne-Marie, thanks very, very much. Thanks for joining us.
welcome.
Continued success. Thanks very much, Nathan. Thanks very much, Hayden.
Thanks,
well
Nathan.
done and continued success.
Thank you.
Jason Ryan, thanks very much for joining us back. What do you think of these lads here and Anne-Marie, the whole lot, huh?
Yeah, I suppose in a lot of things you talk about ambassadors. There you go. There's 3 Dungarvan College ambassadors. And it's terrific that the designs for the posters today, the designs of our prospectus, Nathan designed
we're
those.
talking about it, the wind and the seeds.
Hayden is here as a representative of GSK, talking to people about careers in GSK, and it's great to see him back. And Dylan is in with the Army. So it's coincidental in those cases that's all happened. We're very, very proud of our students that have come through us, and but we offer a lot. We do, and we're WWETB. Their slogan is "There's a pathway to education for all." A pathway to learning for all. And so, for anybody out there, don't be afraid of going back to college. Don't be scared of going back to education. Whatever level that you're looking for, there is something there for you. And learning is great. We all want to learn.
We've heard nothing this morning but positivity. It is a positive thing, and any type of education but it has to be beneficial.
It's great for our self-esteem. It's great for our confidence. It opens our minds. It makes us reflect differently on life, on how we relate to other people, how we think about things. For parents, it's great as a role model for their kids. For kids, it's something to make our parents proud about. So look, it's fabulous. Education gets a raw deal at times, Damien, at whatever level, and it's so important for all of us.
Do you love teaching?
I do. I certainly do. Sure, it's great to be able to help people. It's great when you meet somebody 10 years later or 20 years later and they're telling you a story about, do you remember when I was at a solace function on Friday evening when I met you, Damien? You were leaving as I was coming in to Dooley's Hotel, and during it I had a student come over to me and he was reminding me about a time in Deise College when I was in there and we were dissecting a heart. So it's funny how these conversations go and the memories that that people have from in different ways. But isn't it great to be able to help? And that's why people want to be in education, to help others.
I couldn't sum it up better myself. Listen, Jason Ryan, thank you so much for joining us. The expo is open here till 4 o'clock. Anybody's around Dungarvan, get down here. There's hundreds of people here already. 50 colleges, businesses, all different services exhibiting. Dungarvan Credit Union have helped make this possible, and Dungarvan Chamber. Jason Ryan, continued success. Dungarvan College is going from strength to strength. I'm really impressed in what you're doing here, genuinely, really, really impressed the way you're turning it around and making it into something that is so much to so many different people. So the very best of luck.
Thank you very much, Damien. It's something that we haven't had in the South East for a while, and it's great now to have our own Careers Expo in the South East, and we can celebrate what we have here.
Celebration is the word. All very, very positive. From everybody here in Dungarvan College, as I say, the rain looked like it's going to lift in a little while. It's looking like a great day down here at Dungarvan College. We were back in Waterford Studio tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to Owen, thanks to Julie, all the street team. We'll talk to you then.